Are you getting overwhelmed by life's challenges? Health, finances, relationships, lack of purpose. What if there was a way to find peace and joy? Why not try practicing mindfulness? It is easier than you think. Watch this video to learn the 6 ways of incorporating mindfulness in your daily life.
I think finding peace and joy every day is something we all want. And today we're going to take a deep dive into mindfulness, a path that can really help. We're going to be looking at the work of Susan Williams, a woman who found mindfulness and shares it on her blog, Time for Tranquility.
Oh, it's so inspiring to see what Susan's doing. Just an everyday woman who's really embraced this, this mindfulness and spirituality. And her blog is amazing. So many great insights, especially for women like you, wanting a fulfilling life and inner peace.
Yeah, definitely. It's for all of us, really. Her post, 6 ways to practice mindfulness for a wonderful day, really stood out to me. I mean, it's so approachable, It's all about making these small changes, adding little practices into what you already do.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about mindfulness. It's not this big, overwhelming thing. It's about those little moments,
Yeah.
connecting with yourself and just being present.
Totally. So before we jump into Susan's 6 steps, maybe we should clarify, what does mindfulness really mean?
Yeah, good point. Okay, so basically, mindfulness is about being aware of the present moment, but without judging it, just noticing your thoughts, your feelings, but not getting carried away by them.
Oh, so it's more about observing instead of getting caught up in all that.
Exactly. It's like there's a space now between you and your thoughts. And from that space, you can respond to things more calmly instead of just reacting.
Makes sense. It's so easy to get trapped in worries about the future or regrets from the past. Mindfulness is a way out of that.
It is like hitting the pause button on all that mental noise, just being here now with what is. And, as we get older, finding that peace in the present is so important.
Oh, I can see that. It's almost like a gift to yourself, a moment of peace.
It truly is. And the best part, you can give yourself this gift anytime, anywhere.
Okay, I'm ready to hear how Susan brings this into our day. Her first step is mindful waking. I gotta admit, I'm not the best at this. I kind of just stumble out of bed,
Yeah.
So how can we be more mindful about waking up?
It's about that transition, from sleep to being awake. Susan says just take a few moments, still lying in bed, and notice your breath. Just feel your body, how it feels, and how your chest moves with each breath.
Oh, that's nice. It's like starting the day by noticing yourself first instead of rushing into everything.
Exactly. And for many women, as we age, sleep can change. Mindful waking helps you ease into the day, however you slept.
Now, the next step, mindful meditation. That might sound intimidating at first, but Susan says it doesn't have to be a big deal.
Right. You don't need anything special. Just get comfortable, sit down, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice how you breathe in, breathe out. If your mind wanders, it can help to count your breaths.
I like that Susan gets it, our minds will wander. It's not about stopping thinking altogether, is it?
Nope, not at all. Just notice the thoughts, don't judge them, and gently bring your attention back to your breath. It's like training your attention, almost like a muscle.
She even says walking can be a meditation. Can you explain that?
Absolutely. It's a beautiful way to bring it into your day. As you walk, just pay attention. Your feet on the ground, how your body moves, the sights and sounds around you.
It's like turning something ordinary into a mindful moment. And for women who may have trouble moving around, this could be a great way to meditate.
You're right. It's all about finding what works for you, your needs, and your abilities. That's the key, you see. Finding those ways to make it part of your life, not another thing to do.
So true. Okay, her third step is pre-lunch pursuit of interests, mindfully. She talks about gardening, cooking, stuff many of our listeners love.
I love this part. She talks about how much is going on with your senses during those activities, like when you're gardening, the feel of the soil,
Yeah.
or the colors of the food you're chopping for lunch.
Oh, yeah, it's about really being there, not off in your head with worries or to-do lists.
Exactly. And for women as we get older, sometimes our senses aren't as sharp. So really focusing on them like this can make things even better.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. It's like making the most of every moment, even more so.
Now, speaking of making the most of things, Susan's 4th step is mindful eating. It's all about slowing down, savoring each bite.
Oh, this one's big for me. I'm so guilty of rushing through meals. It's like I forget to enjoy the food, the fact that it's nourishing me.
Mindful eating helps us remember that. Slow down, use all our senses, be grateful for the food.
Susan even has tips for this, like Putting your fork down between bites, chewing slowly, stuff like that.
And cutting out distractions, TV off, phone away. Just make mealtime peaceful.
She also mentions if you're with others, maybe say a silent grace, acknowledging the food, whoever made it. Even if you're not religious, it's a nice thought.
It really is. It brings this intention to eating, a sense of respect for it.
Love that. Now, after a good meal, we usually want to relax, right? Susan's fifth step is relax mindfully post-lunch. She has some ideas for how to do that.
She talks about things like mindful reading, mindful listening to music.
I'm curious about that. Aren't those already relaxing activities? How do you make them even more mindful?
It's about going deeper, being even more present, like with reading. Feel the book. See the words on the page. Really notice how the story's unfolding in your mind.
So it's like you're completely immersed, not just skimming along.
Yes. And with music, maybe notice the instruments, the melody, how it makes you feel.
It's like turning up the volume on your senses, noticing things you'd normally miss.
Exactly. It's about finding those moments of stillness, peace, right in your day.
Okay, on to her final step. Prepare for a good night's sleep. I love how she brings it all together for a full day of mindfulness.
This step is all about a bedtime routine that's calm and relaxing. Susan suggests doing some stretches, maybe some light yoga to release tension in your body.
That's a good idea, especially for women as we get older. Sometimes our bodies ache a bit more.
She also suggests mindful journaling to reflect on your day, let go of any worries that are still hanging around.
Oh, it's like clearing out your mind before bed.
And speaking of clearing things out, she talks about gratitude reflection. Just take a few moments to be thankful for what you have, helps you focus on the positive and feel more peaceful.
It's like ending your day on a good note instead of all those nagging thoughts.
Exactly. And of course, paying attention to your breath, that's always good. Simple, deep breaths, maybe a little meditation if you like.
We keep coming back to the breath with Susan. Why is it so important for mindfulness?
The breath is like an anchor, bringing us back to right now. When we focus on it, we stop getting distracted by all those thoughts. We're just here.
And for so many women, especially as we age, that can be so comforting, so grounding. No matter what's going on, we always have our breath. Yeah, it's always there for us, a steady rhythm.
It is. And another thing I like about how Susan talks about it, it's all about progress, not like being perfect at it.
Oh, that's good. She's not saying to beat yourself up if your mind wanders or if you miss a day or something.
Right. It's more about gently bringing yourself back to the present over and over again if you need to.
It's about being kind to yourself, right? We're all human. Our minds are busy. That's okay.
Exactly. Self-compassion, that's a big part of it.
This has been so interesting, all these insights from Susan's blog. It's like mindfulness isn't some mysterious thing. It's actually really practical. For anyone who wants more peace, more fulfillment, this could be the path.
And she's living proof, Susan's just a normal woman who discovered this, and now, look at her, sharing it all so beautifully. Anyone can relate to her.
She's like a mentor, almost, helping us on our own journey.
There's this quote from her blog that I just love. It's John Kabat-Zinn. He says, "Mindfulness is not about getting anywhere else. It is about being where you are and knowing it."
Wow. That's powerful. It's like, just be here now. No judging, no trying to change it.
Finding peace in this moment, right where we are.
As we wrap up this deep dive, what's the most important thing you want our listeners to take away from Susan's work?
I think it's that mindfulness is a journey. It's not some finish line you cross. It's about paying attention, being kind to yourself each moment, each day. And like Susan shows us, that journey can lead to amazing things. Real peace deep inside.
And remember, everyone, you don't have to do this alone. Susan's blog, Time for Tranquility, it's a great resource. Lots of helpful stuff there. Give it a look.
So take a deep breath, be present, and enjoy this moment.
May your days be full of mindfulness, and may you find that joy, that simple joy of just being.
Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to Time for Tranquility, and click the notification bell for updates. Take care and stay tranquil.